And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life. Good life.
Boom, coming in hot chicks on a Friday, baby. How we doing, man? What's up?
Funbag Friday, bro. I'm good.
Yeah.
I got a bone to pick with you a little bit, man.
Uh-oh, what'd I do?
Yesterday, we're talking Phillies and you bring something up, and all day yesterday, I'm just walking around my house going, I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh, that song's taking over, man.
Dude, it's taking over, bro.
There's a video of Fletcher Cox from the football player in the stands, like going like this. He's like a 400-pound like monster. It's so crazy, man. Yeah, I found
it's great.
I found the origin of why that's their song. Did you know why?
No, tell me.
So I guess Kyle Schwarber, when he was with the Sox, was he with the Red Sox? Yeah.
Yeah, he's with the Red Sox. Yeah.
When he was with the Red Sox, that was their theme song. And it kind of like got them rallying going into the playoffs, but then they lost in the World Series. And then last year, he brought it to the team and they started singing it. They didn't do it this year. And then when they were scuffling like around like the All-Star break or whatever, he's like, you know what? We got to bring this back. So he brought it back into BP one day and everybody started getting fired up. And that's when Philly started to really come together. And that's why they're on the top. Or so
Dude, there's something to be literally. There's something to be said about music, especially in the clubhouse, dude. Still to this day, two songs hit me big time. Beer for My Horses by Toby Keith. After every game in 2004, we would gather around, we'd all grab a Coors Light, and I would sing. I made, as a matter of fact, I made the rookies. It didn't matter if you were Latino, if you didn't speak English, whatever, you had to know the words, the Beer for My Horses by Toby Keith. And Juan Castro would pass out to the guys and they would make sure everybody knew the words. And we would gather around, dude, and our whole team would sing after every game, after every win.
Wow.
And I look back at that year, dude, 2004. At the break in 2004, we were supposed to be dead last. We were in first place in the NL Central. Like, there's just obviously we ran out of pitching in the second half. I mean, that's what happened. But in that first half, that camaraderie of bringing the guys together through music and, and doing this little dance. I still have guys text me, Beer for My Horses. They'll still text me that to this day, Dunner or Kernsey or Juan Castro. It's incredible. So I think back, and also to that 99 team, that's not on my wall right now, but that's usually on my wall. That 99 team. It's so funny, dude. I've never listened to DMX in my life, but Mike Cameron used to play DMX, DMX wanted, you got it, come and get it. You're winning. All you got to do is what's my name? Dude, I could sing the whole song because that was the song we played like right before we would go out every day. And Cam would hit it and we'd be like, give us our music, like Prime says.
Nice.
There's something about music, man, and getting guys together and bringing that energy, especially in the clubhouse.
Can I ask this? I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this or if you're allowed to answer it. Who played the best music in the Yankees locker room and who played the worst music in the Yankees locker room this year?
All I know is I know more Drake. All I know is like, oh my God, I've never listened to more Drake in my life. So Drake, and then there was a little bit of mix of everything. Little Drake, some country, some old school. A couple times, like I remember one time when Judge's sitting in the cage and they're getting ready for the game, I'm like, hey, I'm going old school Tupac. I was like, I know we listen to Drake all this stuff, but I got to put some Tupac changes on you. I'm putting California Love, and it was great, dude. What was cool was it was music is so big in all clubhouses and all sports, man. Music gets you going, and and it was cool too. Like different guys would come and they have different tunes, so it was it's same old, dude. I've been doing it for years. They're still doing it now.
That's so good. So good. All right, well, let's get into it. Phil, the Phillies were on the outside watching yesterday last night as they lost 2-1.
Yeah.
Walk off. Great game. Solid game on both sides. And man, did the freaking DBacks need that one. And almost didn't get it, So what's your take?
Dude, Well, they needed that big time. And we were just saying that they're going to have to bang with the Phillies, but it turned out to be a pitching matchup, you know. Fought ended up dominant with the Diamondbacks, and then Suarez did too. I mean, both those guys were kind of going back and forth. You know, you got to give a shout out to Ketel Marte, right? He has one of the longest postseason game hitting streaks. I didn't even realize that. 12 games going back to, I think, when he was with Seattle. But man, he came up huge with a couple big hits, but that big hit late in the game, the walk-off, you know, bases loaded, got a pitch, a tough pitch too, up and in, like just kind of gets inside it and hits a soft liner to center to win the game. But, you know, a lot of toughness in that game, man. Some missed opportunities here with the Phillies, a couple missed opportunities with the D-backs in the game too. But at the end of the day, that crowd was involved. They were going, you know, it felt like the home field advantage was a part of it again. Yeah. And the Diamondbacks and Torey Lovullo, man, they've been finding ways to win all year. They did it again, got it to 2-1. I mean, if they go down, any team that goes down 3-0, you're in trouble. So to get it to 2-1 at home is huge. New series.
And hey, by the way, props to the bullpen too, because they got a great start. Once they got to the 7th inning, 1, 2, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts for that bullpen from the 7th inning on. That's pretty good.
That's huge. And Chinch, as well, you know as well as I do, brother, when you get to this stage, especially the championship series and all throughout the playoffs, you rely heavy on your bullpen. And you know, and even yesterday, you know, it's the old adage, even Fott was doing so well, but they didn't want to go that third time around the lineup. You know, I mean, even though he had 9 punchies, 5 2/3, and then the bullpen was able to come in and finish it.
Yeah. All right. So wait, let's flip over to the other side real quick before we start previewing anything. The Astros anomaly continues, dude. They either hate home life or something's going on there. You would think, and the irony of this entire thing was that the Astros, you know, years ago were cheating at home. There must be like louder drums on the road nowadays because they dominate on the road. They can't win at home. Dusty Baker, 2 days in a row, he's like, I don't get it. I've never seen anything like this. Dusty Baker's been in baseball for 70 years, and he's like, I've never seen anything like what's happening right now with our home road splits. What can you put a finger on it at all?
What are the home road splits? I didn't see that.
Oh my God. I think they were under 500 during the year. And I think, I don't have it off the top of my head, so nobody kill me on this, but I think like all but one of their wins in the postseason is on the road, dude. Wow. And they can't win at home. It doesn't make any sense. It's just whatever. It's crazy.
It's fluke. I think, you know, it's just one of those things, but I mean, looking at that game, man, you know, they're down 2-0 going into Texas, and talk about coming out banging, man. I mean, you look at yesterday's box score. Let me get you some of these stats. So they had 11 hits. They Altuve had 2 triples. Bregman had that big 2 doubles. Bregman had that big triple. Scored a couple runs. Abreu hits the huge 3-run homer. And if you see Alvarez before the batter before Abreu yesterday is 2 feet from a grand slam. So they were all over all night. Alvarez ends up having 2 hits, drives in 3. Abreu drives in 3. You know, McCormick had a big hit, but you talk about Altuve 3 hits, Bregman 2 ribbies. Remember what I talk about? The stars come out when this all happens. Yep. They play that song in Texas and Houston. Stars are bright, big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas, right? And you know, this is why this lineup is still. We tend sometimes to forget about the Astros because they've been so good. But then when postseason time comes, you go, oh wow, Altuve's still there, Bregman's still there, Alvarez is still there. They added Abreu. Tucker's not having a great postseason. That's how good this lineup is. You know, McCormick's, you know, Rakin Pena was the MVP last year. He's kind of getting things going. So they also changed another thing, that 7 walks. This lineup is going to battle you, man. You're not just going to, you know, they're not just chasing pitches. They had 11 hits and 7 walks, and a lot of those hits were damage hits. So kudos to the, you know, hats off to the Astros and Dusty Baker for tying this thing up at 2. We now have a new series, man. And the greatest thing about this, it's the race to 4, baby. It's the race to 4. So we'll see what happens.
And you talk about walks and approaches and stuff. We talked about Brantley the other day. How about, like you said, Jose Abreu, man? How about 1 for 2, 2 walks, 2 runs, 3 ribbies, and he goes. Yep. I mean, the guy has been hitting 300 since he was in the womb, I think. But
yeah, and Chinch, he didn't have that great of a year. He was their big free agent acquisition was Abreu, and you're like, kind of an up and down, dude. he's an RBI machine. Still drove in 90 runs this year.
Mhm.
Still drove in 90 runs. And now you're seeing that, didn't really have his power stroke all year. It doesn't matter, I guess, at the end of the day, if you get in and then your power stroke shows up in the postseason, that's what you want anyhow. He's got 4 homers and he's crushing them. I mean, his home run last night was second deck.
Yeah.
He's hitting all his 4 home runs have been bombs. I know 3 of them have.
Right. No, the absolute bombs. The other thing is just momentum. Like I hate the off days. So there's no off day today. So, right now, turn the page. It's Friday, 5:07 Eastern, Houston versus Texas, and 8:07 Eastern, Phillies versus Arizona. Verlander going tonight for Houston. I mean, you talk about a dude, the season he's had, he's with the Mets for that whole time. And now he goes back in Houston. It's almost like when Clemens was bouncing back and forth between the Yankees and Houston.
Right.
I mean, now he didn't have the greatest start last time around, did he? So
No, he did. He did.
Oh, he did. Oh no,
I believe he did. Yeah. Let me see.
Verlander postseason.
Yeah, I think his
Oh,
start was.
yeah, you're right. My bad. He's got 2 starts. He's got one.
They lost the game, but I believe he pitched pretty well, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. He's got 12.2 innings pitched, 11 K so far. My bust in the 23 postseason. All right,
Dude. Well, if you're the Astros, this is best case scenario for you. You go down 2-0. If you go down 3-0, now you're really grinding. You know what I mean? Even though you have Verlander in game 5, are you going to get to game 5?
Right.
Now that you tied up at 2, you got Verlander coming back in game 5, which is the swing game, to get it to 3-2. I mean, the Astros have just flipped this series in a hurry.
Yeah.
Advantage Astros with the way, Verlander's been pitching and the way those guys are swinging the bats right now, especially on the road, like we were talking about. This could be a swing game right here for the Astros to get it back 3-2 going back to Houston.
Yeah. And so now Philly's still up 2-1 in the other series. Is this obviously every game is a must win. It's such a corny thing, but can the DBacks come back if they go down 3-1 in this series?
This is a must win for the DBacks in my opinion. This is a must win for them. And I think this will probably be a heavy bullpen game for the Diamondbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tor Lavello, is probably gonna, with Mantiply, with him starting today, it's going to be more of a bullpen game. So that he's going to have to navigate a lot. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think for me, this is the Diamondbacks have got to get this game. They've got to get this game because to get it to 2-2. To win 3 in a row is tough. So you'd have to think the Phillies are going to get at least one of these games and then swinging it back to the bank. So, I mean, for me, this is a must win. You do not want to go down 3-1 to the Phillies. And, even if you win that one game to get it to 3-2, now you go back to the bank and you're down 3-2. So this is a must win for the Diamondbacks.
I wonder how much Diamondbacks players hate that song now. Just hate that.
Dude, it is catchy though.
I listened to it all morning again today because I was thinking that's why I did the little deep dive into. I wonder how much money those guys residually make when things like this happen. Like Stranger Things. There was a song in Stranger Things from 1984. In the last season of it, one of those really cool edgy 80s.
Yeah, dude.
I forgot what it is. It's hard to sing. We can't sing it. I have the octave for it. But that woman she went back to she was number 1 on a chart for 4 months after that. And she had not recorded a song since 1986.
I know, it's incredible. Dude, it's also like Creed.
Yes.
Creed with that song Hired. That's Texas Rangers theme song. So
yeah. I love that. That's another really cool thing about the postseason in sports. I noticed the other night Phillies during one of the stretches, the entire cast of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was out there and they were waving towels on the field and stuff. It's so cool when the community comes and follows the teams. I'm sure you did plenty of times.
Oh, it's real. Oh, dude, are you kidding me? When in 2006, when when Maglio won the walk-off to go to the World Series, we go to Chris Chelios's bar called Chelly's, and there's Kid Rock, dude. And I'm like, wow. Kid Rock. And he's there, he's DJing a little private party upstairs. And I'm like, this is so cool. Kid Rock thinks this is cool. And Eminem's coming out to the games. And there's Bob Seger. You know what I mean? And the stars come out for when this starts, happening. So It is pretty cool. It's really cool. Really, really cool.
Nice. All right. We're gonna get you moving. You got a haircut today? You got a lot of appointments today. What do you got planned?
Yeah, I got a little haircut today, real nice. I'm heading out. I'm heading out this weekend to Ed and Jill Vetter are putting on their EB fundraiser. So I think you can go to ebrp.com. Check that out, Chinch. Can you find that?
Yeah, explain what they do, and I'll find it out.
Yeah. So, man, EB is it's a terrible disease that like a lot of kids, but also adults get that, you know, you're born with it, and it's like your skin. If you touch your skin, it like just comes off. It's like it's terrible, and you almost have to wrap yourself every day to avoid like touching stuff. It's one of the worst diseases ever. And Jill's friends, I believe, son had it, and they were like, you know what, Jill Vetter, like, I think it's been like almost 13 years now, was like, we're going to cure this. And Ed's jumped on board too. And they've raised a ton of money over the years, and they're getting close to a cure, if you can believe it. They already have they just came out with a cream in February after all these years of research. February, they put the cream on it, really, really takes away a ton of the pain. Can you imagine having raw skin all the time? Like that's on your face.
Blister formation. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Oh,
think about
it's
the time you
awful.
ever get one blister and how horrible that is, and how long it takes to heal.
All over your body every day. Yeah. So what they have this new cream that goes on. It's really starting to like give more comfort to a lot of people, and it's working. So Ed's got this huge fundraiser this weekend in Seattle, and you know, can you see where you can donate? There's got to be a place where we could. EBR, I think I should have had it ready, but I believe
there's a good thing to look up is ebresearch.org. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. There you go. ebresearch.org. I believe you can donate there.
It looks like Eddie also has there's a Facebook page you can go to. Just Google, honestly, folks, Google Eddie Vetter EB, like boy, research or foundation, and you'll find plenty. I'm looking at there's tons of articles here, but man, that's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So we're going down there to Seattle. He's also playing. The event is Sunday night for the charity, and then Monday, Ed's playing at Benura Hall there, which is gonna be really cool.
You're staying. You got to be staying for that.
Oh right? Yeah, I'm staying Monday night. I think I'm coming back to. He's playing Monday and Tuesday there, but they're. You know, it's a great cause, man. So like for anybody out there listening, please do that. Go Google Eddie Vetter EB. It'll take you right to the site where you could donate and help out and help us get a cure. You know, for the kids and anybody that is you know, that has to deal with this awful disease every day.
Yeah, good work by them, and good work by you getting over there. What do you fly? Would you fly first class?
Yeah, no, no, I'm fine. I do fly first class because. Dude, 6'4", double pulmonary embolism about 9 years ago. That changed everything for me. I'm like, no more sitting in row 19B between two dudes.
All right, well, safe travels. We're just chilling.
Chinch, what are you doing, bro, this weekend?
Tomorrow we're just chilling out. It's just me and Jess Saturday, and then Sunday. You know, I'm pretty much work on Sundays. I mean, it's not really work. I'm watching football all day. It's just an excuse to say I'm working, but it's just chilling out, hanging out, cleaning up the yard a little bit.
You're not closing the pool yet, are you? I don't want you to get depressed.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna wait at least one more week until I'm gonna let it freeze and then skate on it all winter.
Are you gonna put goals at each end? You and Jess 1-on-1 before you go to bed. You're like, how about some 1-on-1 hockey on the pool real quick?
Yeah, exactly.
Before we go to bed.
That's it. All right. So we will.
Dude, hey, there's your cold tub, bro. You don't need to go get the nice cold tub. You got a freaking pool, dude. You kidding me? All you have to do is jump in the winter and be in business.
Yeah, all right. I'll try to do that. All right. Well, have fun on your travels, man. Have a great weekend. Everybody at home, have a great weekend, and we'll be back at it next week.
All right, brother. Yeah, we'll see you Monday, and I'll be coming from Seattle on Monday.
All right, cool.
Coming from Seattle on Monday. All right, brother. Love you, man, and everyone out there, have an incredible weekend. Let's get it. Ain't on my way. Whatever. Dancing on my own.
All right.
See you, buddy.